So the 2023 NBA All-Star Game is here, and I'm going to be doing a very challenging 2K rebuilding challenge incorporating the All-Star rosters. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I'm going to try to win a championship or win the most games possible with only players that are featured in the 2023 All-Star Game. We're going to start off with a fantasy draft. I can just draft the best team possible there, and then I have to do as many trades as possible to get a 9-man roster of the 2023 All-Stars, which all have high trade value in 2K. So yeah, this is going to be tough. The salary cap is going to be off because all these players are making a decent amount of money. Financial trade rules are off as well. I can't abuse free agency at all. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one today. And before we hop into the draft, I want to give a word from today's sponsor, NBA So Rare. So Rare is a sports fantasy game and marketplace featuring officially licensed digital player cards from the NBA, the MLB, and over 300 soccer clubs as well. So Rare's marketplace transforms the way fans connect with each other and the players and teams they love. With Sorare, you own and build your team. You're like the general manager. It's pretty cool. You buy, sell, collect, and trade officially licensed digital player cards. And you can beat them in fantasy games. Who doesn't love building a team and then playing with them in a fantasy style aspect? You can win rewards week over week and season over season, just like a professional GM or owner. So Rare currently has their All-Star Game competitions going on right now. For some of these contests, the winner receives NBA League Pass, which is pretty cool. So yeah, they have these for All-Star Weekend specifically. And I showed you guys my roster back in the NBA Imperialism video, and it's gone better since. I just picked up Trae Young, like a common card, which is really nice because I needed more of a point guard style player for my common team. I had Jokic running the show there, and I would always resort to Josh Giddey, but now I got Trae Young, and you can see his latest games: 49 points against the Knicks, 47 against the Hornets, 53 against the Spurs, 56 against the Suns, and 42 against the Pelicans. Dude's a beast. And what's super cool is you get to use these cards forever. And when like a new NBA season starts up, they don't go away. You can use them in 2024. So thank you to So Rare for sponsoring this video. And when you sign up with my link in the description or the pinned comment below, you can get a free limited card when you buy 5 cards on the primary market. And once again, thank you to So Rare for sponsoring today's video. All right, and for my team, I'm going to choose the team that is hosting the 2023 All-Star Game, the Utah Jazz. I was just in Utah for the first time in the last weekend of January. I snowboarded in Park City, and I was like, wait, maybe I should have scheduled this trip a couple weeks later so I could have been out there for All-Star Weekend. I was out there for Sundance, which I didn't care for. So let's see, when do the Jazz pick? Can I at least have one All-Star available? Okay, there's 6 All-Stars straight off the board. You're going to realize like how hard this challenge is going to be, trying to get the most possible. All right, AD is the only All-Star. Oh my God, you're really not going to give me a top pick? Come on. Oh my God, I hate you. I hate you. The 29th pick, the 30th pick. They never give me All-Stars, man. They never give me a top pick, I should say. I never pick in the top 5, and so many All-Stars are off the board. Okay, so we're going to have to go players that we think, I mean, I could go for strict All-Stars right now, like Pascal Siakam. I'm not going to take Drew Holiday because Drew Holiday is one of the easier All-Stars to trade for. Same with Jaren Jackson Jr. compared to the rest of these guys. Julius Randle as well. I mean, Lowry Markkanen also. So I'm like, do I just take the best players that have like the most trade value right now? Like, do I take like a Cade Cunningham, a Paolo Banchero? I feel like I should. So I think with one of my picks, I'm going to take Paolo Banchero. I know, right? Not even having an All-Star. And then with the second pick, I think I'm going to take Pascal Siakam. So we get an All-Star, and then we get a blue chipper who just has amazing trade value. So we're going to be targeting guys like Randall, Markkanen, Triple J, Drew Holiday. Even Halliburton's going to get tough to trade for. So I don't believe that there's any All-Stars left here in the 3rd round for me. So you know what I should do is just really go after guys that have good trade value. Like Jalen Duren has good trade value. Jabari Smith has actually really solid trade value. So does Chet Holmgren and Benedict Mathurin. So you know what? This is the strat I think I have to go with. I have to take these young guys that have good trade value. Financial trade rules are off, so that benefits us. I'm going to get Mathurin. I'm going to get Holmgren here. I kind of like having back-to-back picks, but I'd rather have the #1 pick to start things off. So Dyson Daniels is still here. Shaedon Sharpe. Honestly, it might just be those two. Yeah, that's who we're going to take here in the 5th and 6th rounds. I know, like, at this point, should I just build the Rising Stars team? Jeremy Shohan's going to be my next pick. I think I'm going to take somebody that's just like not a young player throughout the league. PG Washington, I don't mind. I'm like, also, do I just tank in year 1 just to get like the #1 pick and I can use that to get an All-Star? I'm gonna take Blake Wesley here and Nick Richards. We're getting towards the end of this draft. Yeah, like a lot of the veteran players aren't very good, so I'm gonna go with Max Christie and Patrick Baldwin Jr. here in the 11th and 12th round. So we have 2 more rounds. And yeah, I'm going to go with Caleb Houston on the Orlando Magic. And then in the last round, we're going to take Brandon Boston Jr. Luka Šamanić, man, I thought he was going to be a good NBA player. All right, well, now I got to figure out what to do because we only have 1 current All-Star on our team. Now, I'm not going to move Banchero at this moment because I think that would be a little bit premature. But can I trade him like straight up for an All-Star? I probably can, but like, why would I trade him for Julius Randle when I could have just drafted Julius Randle? Now, I can get Zaire Williams out of this deal as well. So I think Banchero's already 4.5 stars. So I think we just, I don't know, like, is he going to go up to 5 stars eventually? Possibly. So I'm just going to give this team, like, a simulation till the trade deadline. Actually, let's just see what our rotation is looking like right now. Blake Wesley, Dyson Daniels, Mathurin, Banchero, Siakam. We have Holmgren, Richards, Washington, Sharp, Shohan off the bench. Yeah, I'd rather play probably Jeremy Shohan than PJ Washington. Injuries aren't on because that would also just be a doozy as well. So let's see how this team performs. I don't really expect it to be all that good, but hey, Banchero and Siakam in the front court could lead me to like around a 500 record. All right, so it is the All-Star draft, and I just want to see who made the All-Star game from the start of the season here. You have Anthony Davis making it, who didn't make it in real life. You have, oh wow, these are actually pretty accurate. Kawhi did not make it in real life. Trae Young did not make it. But honestly, 2K was fairly accurate with like Domantas Sabonis making it in there and Julius Randle. So we're going to go here to the trade deadline. We're actually not too bad. We're 27 and 28. Can we be 500 at the deadline? All right, you know what? I will take it. But don't get too familiar. Don't get too comfortable or invested into this team. A lot of these players are going to get traded. It does stink that, like, Rudy Gobert wasn't an all-star. Jeremy Grant wasn't an all-star. At least they're not as I'm recording this. Chris Middleton as well. Because they're just some players that are easier to trade for in 2K. All right, I'm going to try to do a Dyson Daniels and, like, maybe Brandon Boston Jr. Wow, he only has 1 star. Swap for Lauri Markkanen. They don't even want to counter. I'm surprised Brandon Boston's only 1 star. Is Christie the same? Wow, Max Christie's 1 star as well. So let's go to PJ Washington, who's 2 stars. Would Brooklyn think about this, who have Lauri Markkanen? They say no. I don't want to trade any future picks at this moment, and giving up 3 assets is kind of tough for just Lauri Markkanen. I would take LaMarcus Aldridge back. Okay, can we throw in Blake Wesley? They say no. All right, so every team gets to keep their picks, so I don't have, like, a ton of Jazz picks, even though I should have just started it like that because, you know, it would have been nice. And I don't think that I'm going to be able to get Lauri Markkanen for this package, which is kind of unfortunate. So the other player that we could have moved is Shaedon Sharpe, who is 3 stars. Maybe I don't even have to give up the second or Wesley in this deal. It could just be Washington and Sharpe. They say no still? Wow. Okay. They really like Lauri Markkanen. And I think like Dyson Daniels with his progression will be a higher overall next year. Julius Randle, can I trade for him at this current moment? No one. Wow. So like a Shaedon Sharpe and Nick Richards package and no, nothing. All right. I guess we're really going to have to try to get a lot of these deals done in the offseason. So, you know what? That's fine. So I'm going to move PJ Washington, though, and Nick Richards at the deadline to Hornets big men just because they're going to be free agents, and I could use somebody that's under contract on draft night to use in a bigger deal. So, like, yeah, getting TJ McConnell or Dorian Finney-Smith who are under contract, Obi Toppin, Taylor Horton-Tucker, maybe I'll pass on that. But yeah, if they're under contract on draft night, I would take that. Ooh, Trey Jones is nice, but I don't want to have to give up picks as well. So I think we're going to do that trade with the Boston Celtics. We're getting DFS and we're getting TJ McConnell for the 2 former Hornets frontcourt players. So Luka averages a triple-double with the Raptors. Why couldn't I get Luka Doncic in the draft? Because he's going to be borderline impossible to get. I think if there's any All-Star, though, in free agency, maybe I try to get one of them. We'll see. Just because getting a roster of 9 of them is going to be tough. Did this team end up making the playoffs? They made the play-in tournament as the 8th seed. Like I said, I don't want to get too invested into these players because everybody but Siakam is going to get traded at one point, like Banchero probably in the offseason. Same with Mathurin, Daniels, Chet, Shohan, Shaedon Sharpe. They're all probably getting moved. So let's see. Can they make it out of the play-in tournament alive as the 8th seed? They end up making it as the 7th seed. All right, so will they maybe make a run in the playoffs? Let's find out. Nope, they end up getting swept by San Antonio, the team that won't give me... I was going to say Lauri Markkanen. Do they not have Lauri Markkanen? Maybe I'm tripping. I thought it was Lauri Markkanen was on the Jazz, but not. They have Jason Tatum. It's an all-star I'm probably not going to get. Giannis, Western Conference Finals MVP on the Rockets. Raptors win the Eastern Conference. Luka is their MVP, and the finals is between the Rockets and the Raptors, and the Raptors end up sweeping the Houston Rockets. All right, so we're going to be picking just outside the lottery at 15. I'm going to draft a player and then trade them if there's a trade to be made. It's an auto-generated draft class. I don't get why Will Hardy has a 1-year deal in 2K. Like, he signed like a 5-year deal in real life. So I ended up with Corey Shepard, a center. The number 1 overall pick was Darren Shaw, maybe to replace Bradley Beal. It looks like Daryl Garrett is the best player. He's a 6'10 shooting guard, 79 overall at the age of 19. Yep, that is definitely the best player in the draft. Shepard is a 75 overall at the age of 22. Not the best. But yeah, Garrett is by far the best player here. Shepard, you're probably going to get traded, so just kind of don't unpack your bags yet. So Harden's a free agent. Maybe I said I wasn't going to abuse free agency. Well, Harden's not an all-star at this current moment. He still could get in. Anthony Edwards is an all-star. Anybody else down here an all-star? No. Because it wouldn't allow me to trade Banchero on draft night. Like, I couldn't get any offers for him. What about now? I should be able to get something. Like, he has to be 5 stars, right? How is he only 4 stars? We can get Beal. Am I going to get 1 all-star in this trade finder? Oh, my goodness. I'm not going to get 1 all-star. Come on. Give me 1. What is this deal? What is that trade offer? Cat, not an all-star. Okay. Really? All right, it was the Nets, not the Spurs that I'm marking in. I'm getting my colors mixed up. So if we offered you Mathurin and Dorian Finney-Smith for marketing now in the offseason, come on. You have to say yes to this trade. Come on, do this trade. No. And I'll give you Brandon Boston as well. Okay, not even a counter. So we're that far off that you won't even counter. Maybe you just don't want Mathurin. Okay. What? Oh, with salary cap off, these rookies are making $30 million a year. That's kind of funny. I guess I'm just not going to be able to get Julius Randle either. I mean, I feel like Mathurin's like a good starting point. I'm giving you 5 players for Julius Randle. I don't get it. I'll give you 1 first. You know what? I'm saying screw it. I'm going after Kyrie. He probably isn't even going to sign with me if I give him that offer. He is the only all-star here. Yeah, we're like 7th on the pecking order. There's no other all-stars that have hit free agency. So do we get Kyrie Irving? We do not. He accepts an offer to go to the Lakers. That's fine, though. I'm going to try to sign Naz Reid. And then I'm also going to look to sign Rui Hachimura as well. We get Hachimura and we get Reed. Finally, man, I got offered an all-star. We're going to do this trade. It's going to be Chet Holmgren and Rui Hachimura for De'Aaron Fox and PJ Washington. Yeah, Fox is fairly easy to trade for in 2K compared to the other all-stars, so that is nice. Welcome to the team, De'Aaron Fox. We have 2 all-stars now. He's joining Pascal Siakam. And you know what? I think I'm going to do this. I kind of want to do this trade, but I don't. I don't want to use Banchero to get Jaren Jackson Jr. I feel like we can use him to get a better all-star. Like, why can't Nick Claxton be an all-star? All right, so we saw some player progression. We still just have 2 all-stars right now. I'm waiting to move Banchero for the 3rd. Hey, I said this was going to be a tough challenge at the start of the video. It is one. All right, I think I should just take this trade from the Bulls. So we got PJ Washington back. We are going to be trading PJ Washington to Chicago and Shaedon Sharpe for Wendell Carter Jr. and John Collins. So right now, this team is just De'Aaron Fox, Dyson Daniels, Benedict Mathurin, Banchero, Siakam. I mean, that's a really good 1 through 5. We have John Collins, Wendell Carter Jr., Naz Reid, and Jeremy Shohan off the bench. So let's see who the All-Stars are this year in season number 2. We have AD starting in the or on Team Ja. We have LeBron starting on Team Luka. Okay, Halliburton makes the first time All-Star because 2K didn't have him making it last year. Same with the Ant-Man. And yeah, we're approaching the trade deadline. We're actually not doing as good as I thought we would. We are 29 and 25, but I thought we'd be a little bit better at this point. So let's stop here at the deadline. All right, here we go. I'm getting offered 2 All-Stars. Whoa, I can get Kawhi Leonard for him now. I can get DeRozan. Okay, so DeRozan is an free agent at the end of the year. I believe Paul George is as well. And Drew Holiday, I'm getting offers for. So I can also get Aaron Gordon this trade, but I gotta give up Collins. We could do just straight up Mathurin for Holiday, who's gonna regress. So like, I think I could wait on trade for like Holiday and DeRozan and even maybe Paul George like till the offseason, where they definitely aren't gonna go for as much and they're gonna be free agents as well. I mean, though, if I could trade Dyson Daniels for one of them, I probably should do that. I can get Jalen Brunson, who's unfortunately not an all-star. Same with Desmond Bane. Same with Bradley Beal. Okay, I actually don't hate this trade. I can get DeRozan and Valanciunas. I can get Kawhi Leonard, who's not an all-star, but I can get Kawhi freaking Leonard. Yeah, I can do the same thing, get Paul George, get Drew Holiday. So I think I'm going to do that trade. We're going to pick up DeMar DeRozan and Jonas Valanciunas for Corey Shepard and Dyson Daniels. You know what? I think I'm going to do this trade. We're going to trade Paolo Banchero for Damian Lillard. Yeah, we just got Damian Lillard on the squad. Yeah, I just had to wait a little bit. Let's trade John Collins and Max Christie for Evan Fournier and Paul George. There's another all-star. Now, while I can't get an all-star right now for Mathurin in the trade finder, I can trade him and Naz Reid for Franz Wagner and Dante DiVincenzo. So yeah, I like Wagner's progression a little bit more than Mathurin at the moment. So we're going to do that trade. All right, I think I'm going to do this trade. Ooh, so we could do Fournier, Carter, and a first. Or we could do Shohan, Fournier, and a first. Are they the same value? Sohan is a little bit more value. So I'm going to do this trade. Carter Jr., Fournier, and a first for Jericho Sims and Drew Holiday. That's another all-star on the squad. So our count is at 6 right now. Okay. We need about 3 more and I'll be happy. So we have Lillard, Siakam, Fox, George, Holiday, and DeRozan. We only have 2 that are below the age of 30. So this rotation is going to look a little bit different. We have Lillard, George, DeRozan. Okay. They want to start Sohan. I guess I could just start Franz there. Why not? So we ended the season with Luka winning MVP again, averaged a 32-point triple-double in Toronto. I'm surprised that Garrett didn't win Rookie of the Year. Went to the 14th pick, a point guard to the Nets. He shot 44% from 3, okay, and 4.8 assists. How did Garrett do? Well, there was Scottie Pippen Jr. this year. Garrett averaged the second most points. He averaged 13, 3 and 3 basically. Darren Shaw, the number 1 pick, averaged 15. I'm surprised he didn't win it. We did get Paul George an all defensive second team, and that was it. And we finished as the 6th seed in the Western Conference, taking on the 3-seeded Spurs again for the 2nd straight year in round 1. We had 2 players score above 20 points per game, Lillard and George. George wanted to test free agency. Same with DeRozan. And Siakam was willing to come back, so I gave him a 4-year extension. Drew Holiday wanted to test free agency as well. Let's see how this team looks in the playoffs right now. I think it's a deep team for a fantasy draft, so let's see what happens. We're going up against the Spurs, who do have Jason Tatum. They have Clay, they have D'Lo, they have Bojan, Yusuf Nurkic, Kevon Looney, Mo Bamba, DeAnthony Melton, Kenrich Williams. I honestly think we're a better team, but we might be getting up there in age, and we are going to blow a 3-1 lead. Are you kidding me? We get blown out in game 1, win by 5, win by 18, win by 8. We're up 3-1, and then we lose by 32, lose by 19, and then lose by 5. What was that series? That series didn't make any sense. We get blown out to winning 3 in a row to getting blown out twice in a row and then lose by 5 in game 7 and blow a 3-1 lead. So that is a shame. Let's see who's going to the NBA Finals. It is the Spurs and the Raptors. Tatum versus Luka, and it's going to go to the Raptors, the Kawhi Leonard series right here, the DeMar DeRozan series, you could say, and Luka is your Finals MVP. He averaged insane numbers. All right, so we're all going towards year 3, where we're going to try to get as many All-Stars as we can. In this offseason, I'm going to try to get 3 more. If not, we can get that at the deadline. Nobody retired, which was good. That was an All-Star this year. Do we have any first-round picks from another team? We do not. We also have our pick at 21. All right, I don't think I'm moving Dorian Finney-Smith, Dante DiVincenzo, and a first for an all-star. But hey, maybe the player we draft, we can end up flipping for an all-star. Yeah, not a lot of good talent here. I'm going to go with Monte Milton, who's 19, 74 overall. And yeah, there was a really good number 1 pick. Aaron Pearson, 81 overall, 19-year-old out of Connecticut. UConn, we had Hakan Manses out of Providence. He is a 81 overall at age 18. Yeah, so you got like Connecticut, Providence over here, stuff in the Northeast. Milton is a 74. We also got Keldon Erickson in the 2nd round. It's likely that both those guys are going to get traded. Okay, so Holiday opts in. Paul George opts out. We're going to pick up the team option on everybody. How many All-Stars you hear? Halliburton's an All-Star. Jaylen Brown's an All-Star. Edwards is an All-Star. Sabonis is an All-Star. Anybody else? Well, Paul George we definitely want to bring back. So let's give him a decent amount of money. DeRozan we want to bring back as well. So let's pay him. I know I said I wasn't going to go crazy, but I might just offer a deal to all 3 of those guys. Like if we can get Halliburton, sure, but they're probably going to match. We don't have enough contracts to offer. So let's sign these guys. I would still like to bring back Valanciunas. Cavs get Halliburton. That's fine. A couple of guys sign elsewhere. I mean, we could try to get Sabonis. I don't know if he's going to sign with us. Probably not to Utah. And there's no other All-Stars here. Jaylen Brown goes to Atlanta. Anthony Edwards goes to Phoenix. Okay. And then do we have bird rights on Jonas Valanciunas? We do not, but I would like to bring him back because I could use him in a trade. So let's give Valanciunas a decent amount of money, and we get all 3 of those guys, excuse me. It looks like Sabonis is going to sign with the Warriors. I would say that somebody could appear after moratorium, but everybody has all the cap space in the world, so that is just not going to happen. So I'm going to look to sign Isaac Okoro. We'll see if they match that. I'm going to look to get Jalen Smith as well. If I can get both of those guys, in which I get Smith, do I get Okoro? If I get Okoro, it's going to be my last signing of this offseason. And they don't match it. Cool. All right, so I'm going to be trading Jeremy Sohan and Franz Wagner for Julius Randle and Bruce Brown. So there we go, another All-Star. That puts us at 7. I'd like to get 2 more. Not an All-Star, but I'm going to trade Valanciunas and Okoro for D'Lo and Mo Bamba. I'm not really finding anything right now. I may have to wait till the trade deadline. So we actually see a lot of regression. Lillard down 2 overalls. Fox and Randle do go up. George down 3. Holiday down 3. DeRozan down 3 as well. All right, so this is our rotation. The first 6 players are all-stars. They want to throw Holiday in there. Yeah, so I'll look at the trade market again to see if I can get anyone. If not, I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. Okay, not an all-star, but I'm going to trade D'Angelo Russell and Jalen Smith to the Sacramento Kings for Jabari Smith, because Jabari Smith is just going to get better and better, and he'll be valuable to a team, maybe even at the deadline. Well, yeah, it's the final season, so I hope so. So the all-stars in year 3 are going to be selected under Team Luka and Team Ja. Did we get any all-stars on our team? I'm not too sure, honestly. So I don't think we are going to get any, and I'm looking at it, and yeah, we don't have any all-stars. So like some guys I could trade for at this deadline is basically everybody here but LaMelo. We can go for Shea. We can go for Jimmy. I lied. We do have an all-star. It is Pascal Siakam who put up those numbers. Interesting. We could go after Jaylen Brown. We could get Sabonis. I mean, that's somebody I should try to trade for. Actually, every starter on Team Luka. We could try to get KD. We could try to get Zion. We could try to get Bam Adebayo or Kyrie Irving. Why couldn't Jalen Brunson be an all-star or Bradley Beal? Because I'm getting offered them every single deal. Ivy Barrett, not an all-star. Miles Turner, no. Gordon, no. Just no all-stars being offered. KP, not an all-star. Cat, not even an all-star, which is unfortunate. So, yeah. Let's see what other players I think I can get. Like, I feel like I should be able to get Domantas Sabonis. Like, I don't think he should be that hard. Like, if I offered you Jabari Smith for Sabonis, you might even say yes straight up to this. How? I mean, I would give you my first round pick now because this possibly could be the final year. I haven't played Dorian Finney-Smith really since I got him, so I would give him to you. I just need your worst player back, or who would have the least amount of trade value. I'd assume that'd be Keon Johnson has 2.5 stars. What? All right, what about 2 first-round picks and Jabari Smith for Sabonis? Are you serious? And I give you 2. Like, nobody's even counter, like, offering, which sucks. Jabari Smith for Bam Adebayo, just no counter offer. I feel like I'm not even close with this. This is where I wish I was, like, doing a Madden rebuild, where they'd be able to say how far off I am. Wow, I really just can't speak at all today. Okay, I'm not getting Evan Mobley from you, who's 4.5 stars. Wow, this team is stacked. Kyrie, Mobley, Lonzo, and Bam Adebayo. Sometimes I forget that the salary cap is off. What? I feel like every role player on another team, just to make the money work, is 2 stars minimum. This isn't a way. Why does Jimmy Butler have more value than like Jabari Smith at this point? I have to give up every single one of my all-stars to possibly get him. I mean, can I just do a Jabari Smith and first round pick for you, Jimmy Butler? Why do you not value Jimmy? Okay, finally, a counter offer that I can actually put through. Welcome to the team, Jimmy Butler. And I'm an idiot. He's not even an all-star this year. Oh my God, why did I think Jimmy was an all-star? Okay, well, that was stupid. Not the end of the world, but I probably made myself look like an idiot for the last couple of minutes saying that Jimmy was an all-star. Can I even move Jimmy straight up for an all-star? Or am I going to have to give up more assets to get off of him? Okay, perfect. I can trade him for Bam. I also get Michael Porter Jr. in that trade, which is kind of sick. All right, so he's the only all-star I get offered, which is fine because that's actually a pretty good deal for us. We're going to do Jimmy Butler and Mo Bamba for Bam Adebayo and Michael Porter Jr. I feel like I just got to be able to get Domantas Sabonis. Like, if I were to do, not DeRozan, if I were able to do Porter Jr. and Jonathan Isaac, it's just like, why is Omer Yurtseven 2-star trade value? It doesn't make any sense. What is Blake Wesley? He's 2 stars. What? I will give you all my first-round picks. 1. Let me give you another one. Oh my God. I guess I'll pivot to Markkanen if you don't do this. Okay, I give up. Why? What? That hurts my head. All right, can we do some type of Porter Jr. for Markkanen swap? I would also give you Jonathan Isaac, who's apparently only 2 stars to you. Well, I know Bonner. They won't do that. If I throw in 2 first-round picks, you got to do that. Thank you. Okay, we get Lauri Markkanen. That is all-star number 9. Our whole starting 5 is with all-stars, and then we have Siakam, Fox, and Drew, and DeRozan off the bench. All right, so finally, I completed the challenge. That was way tougher than it needed to be. I was hoping to get more all-stars in year 1, and that just wasn't even possible, which was a shame. So let's see if this rotation full of all-stars can win it all this season. So John Morant wins MVP in OKC this season. Hakan is your rookie of the year. The Utah Jazz just finished as the 5th seed in the Western Conference. All right, so we had only 1 player score above 17. We had 2 other players score above 16, but we did have 8 players in double digits. All right, we do have 490 overalls though, 189, 188. So let's just see what the rotation's gonna look like. I think we should start Lillard, George, Markkanen. I think we should start Siakam at the 4, Randall off the bench. Yeah, do I just start Fox and Lillard? Honestly, I don't know, because I guess we can value Paul George's defense, which I'm sure has regressed. All right, so yeah, here's the rotation. Lower George, Market, and Siakam, Bam, with Fox, Randall, Holiday, and DeRozan off the bench. Under Will Hardy balance, this is a 4.5-star team. Come on, we got the Spurs again in round 1. Oh my God, they beat me the last 2 years. They brought back DeJounte Murray. They have his picture here. All right, let's see if we can beat them and move on to round 2. Are you kidding me? They beat me in the first 2 by 8. And then by 9, and then we ended up beating them by 6. All right, this is kind of must win, and we go down 3-1. What? I give up. This challenge is literally hurt my head, and we lose at 5. The Jazz just completely sweep the all-star host Utah Jazz in this video. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Luka and the Raptors ran this video, but it really wasn't about like team success too much. It was really about trying to get 9 all-stars on the team, which did provide a challenge. I was tough, and you could say I even failed it since it took me 3 years to accomplish it. I feel like I didn't abuse free agency. I signed guys like Naz Reid, Dorian Finney-Smith, Isaac Okoro. You can let me know what you think about that. But this was really just for fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the NBA All-Star Game tonight. And thank you again to So Rare for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you take a look at them in the description, in the pinned comment below. If you sign up with my partner link, you get a free limited card if you purchase 5 cards on the primary market. You can also find my TikTok, my NFL channel, my other NBA channel, my Twitter, my newsletter, all in the description below. Love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.